At the moment they saw Hashimoto's approach, Tianming and Honor almost immediately made their legs weak. At this moment, both father and son realized that they had already been caught. Otherwise, Charlie would never be silent. While bringing Warnya back, he also brought back Hashimoto. The murder of Warnya in Japan was completely a dirty business between the father and son and Hashimoto in private. Tianming and Honor, the father and son, wanted to kill Warnya to inherit the entire Song family's assets. And Hashimoto wanted to obtain greater private benefits through cooperation with the father and son. A reward of hundreds of millions of dollars, and at least 10 points of shares. All this was enough to drive Hashimoto to take risks. Before Hashimoto appeared, the father and son used him as their own firewall. In their opinion, as long as Hashimoto has not spilled the beans, the two of them are absolutely safe. But they never dreamed that Charlie actually moved this source of trouble all the way from Japan. At this time, the Song family did not dare to say anything, but the other directors of the board recognized Hashimoto's and couldn't help asking, Isn't this Nippon Steel's vice president, Mr. Hashimoto? Warnya, you? How could you kidnap Mr. Hashimoto to Ors Hill? Charlie stood up at this moment and said loudly, I tied Hashimoto here first, do you have any comments? Seeing that Charlie was not kidding, and his tone was a little serious, he immediately persuaded him. He was just a small shareholder in the Song group, and he didn't dare to provoke Charlie at all. Tianming's face was already full of cold sweat at this time. He kept wiping, but the speed of wiping was simply not as fast as to cope with the flow of sweat. Honor also frightened his legs straight. After the Dongchuang incident, he didn't know what punishment he would face next. Charlie stepped up to Hashimoto at this time, and said coldly, Mr. Hashimoto, tell everyone what happened. Hashimoto tremblingly said, Mr. Wade, the whole thing is entirely the masterminded by Tianming and Honor. They promised high returns to lure me into it. I helped them kill Ms. Warnya in Japan. I arranged the traffic accident according to their will and killed 2 of Ms. Song's assistants and a driver. The father and son are the culprits. As soon as these words came out, the audience was shocked. None of these shareholders expected that Warnya's disappearance some time ago turned out to be a murder case behind the scenes. Tianming's face is pale in fright, and he tremblingly said, Hashimoto, you don't want to talk about it here? Me, when did I ask you to kill Warnya? Warnya is my niece, how could I kill her? I think it's obvious that you are guilty of your own evil intentions. At this time, you are going to pour dirty water on me, you? What are your intention? Honor also reprimanded with a trembling voice. That's right. Hashimoto, your F*C king little piece of shish. You have come to Ors Hill to rant, believe? Believe me or not, I will tear your mouth and break your jaws, Hashimoto yelled angrily. I have been hurt so badly by you 2 dogs, you 2 still want to get into trouble? Having said that, he immediately took out his cell phone, found a recording, and said coldly, Everyone, listen to this pair of dogs. How did they murder Miss Song? Afterwards, he immediately clicked play button. On the phone, Honor's voice came, Oh, Mr. Hashimoto, my sister has already planned to leave for Japan tomorrow. My father asked me to ask you, have you arranged everything there? This time, you must make sure there is no way she goes back. Hashimoto smiled and said, Don't worry, Mr. Song, I have prepared in advance according to your instructions, and I will do it without leaving a trace and no one will doubt you. Honor said with satisfaction, That's really great. After Warnya's death, we will definitely make greater concessions in our cooperation with your company, and all the personal benefits promised to you will be honored. I look forward to it. Our in-depth cooperation in the future will get stronger each day. Hashimoto laughed and said, Don't worry, Mr. Song, please also tell your father Mr. Tianming. Hashimoto will take care of these things personally. Don't worry, I promise Warnya will never return after coming to Japan. Honor said excitedly, Okay? Great. Then I'm waiting for Mr. Hashimoto's good news. Hearing this, Tianming was completely panicked. He pointed at Hashimoto and yelled angrily, Hashimoto, you damn little thing, you are really not trustworthy in doing things. You don't have the guts to get things done. Even dared to record secretly, you are a Fu King damn boy. Hashimoto also responded with an angry roar. FCK Tianming your mother. I used to live very well in Japan by virtue of the position of Nippon Steel's vice president. I was standard upper-class elite but was caught because of you and your son, two bastards, you dragged me down the water. If it weren't for you, I would have been better today. Honor hurriedly looked at Charlie at this time, knelt on the ground with a puff, and choked up. Master, this was my dad's idea. I completely obeyed his instructions, please. Take it as mistake of my youth and ignorance, please forgive me this time. Honor's sudden kneeling shocked his father Tianming and Hashimoto. Tianming never dreamed that his son would betray him without hesitation at the most critical moment, and he immediately separated himself from him. At this moment, he was furious in his heart and wanted to scold Honor, but the next second, he swallowed it in his mouth. Although he was bleeding in his heart, he still comforted himself. It is understandable to do so with Honor. Since this incident has already happened, and Charlie and dozens of people in black are sitting here, I am definite that it may not come back again. In this case, rather than standing up to them, it is better to bend and save my son. If this is the case, at least the entire army will not be wiped out. Thinking of this, he sighed desperately, and said, Master, I planned the whole thing by myself. The honor is only at my request to help me communicate with Hashimoto in the middle. So if you want to punish, please punish me alone, don't involve the honor, please. After finishing speaking, he immediately knelt on the ground, kept kowtow at Charlie, and shouted, Master, I beg you. Please. After speaking, he choked up and cried bitterly. Charlie saw all this in his eyes, and said coldly, Save it, you father and son, and Hashimoto's approach, all of them count as one, no one can escape. After that, Charlie cleared his throat, and said, I shouldn't be adept at your Song family matters, so I asked Mr. Song to come out to be a witness. At this point, Charlie snapped his fingers and said loudly, Come on, please Mr. Song.